Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this, it is Monday, August 19th, 2024. Starting off the day here at Crystal Cathedral. Now it has changed its name since the days when it was Crystal. Now it is Christ Cathedral, but it still looks the same. In fact, I believe since the last time I was in town, well, not since the last time I was in town, but since the last time I was on this property a couple years ago, they have undergone a renovation. So I'm going to check out and see if I can get a peek at that. And then also go over to the Memorial Gardens over here and show some historical final resting places. Join me. And then I'll see where the rest of the day leads. It's going to be a cavalcade of different things that I go to. Not just here, but I'm going to peruse around Orange County a little bit. Join me. Good to have you here. Shall you? Let the one who is without sin cast the first stone. Wonder if that applies to the internet these days. I think most people assume if they just are online, they can chime in at their own will and not. No one knows what they've done, but they want to criticize everyone else. But I guess you could kind of apply it modern day as well. I believe over here in the corner, I'm looking for Thurles Ravenscroft. Ah, right here. There he is. Thurl Ravenscroft. Tony the Tiger himself. Also sang on You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. So if you've ever heard that song, that was Thurl. And if you're a Disney fan, he's used in a lot of Disney attractions. Vocalist in the Haunted Mansion. In fact, there's a bust in the graveyard scene of the Haunted Mansion. A lot of people assume that that bust is Walt Disney because he's got the Walt stash, and he is the one that the head is off of the platform. So there's the group of the singing bus. He's the one that's kind of tilted on the broken platform, if you will, the broken neck. And that's his voice doing that particular section. It's not Walt. It's Mr. Ravenscroft. Interesting, right? And he's right here, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the Disney parks that his voice is used in so many attractions. And he's right here next to his wife. I did a quick little search because off the top of my head I couldn't remember every voice that he did. But evidently he did the opening day railroad speech for Disneyland back in 1955. And of course, other than Mansion, he also did Fritz and Tangaroa in the Tiki Room. Some Country Bear voices, Buff, which is one of the former animals on the side of the wall. They've revoiced it now. And then some of the singing pirates on Pirates of the Caribbean. There's also another notable name here. So I worked in the grocery business for many, many years at the start of my adult life, working at Publix, Winn-Dixie, Super Walmart in the grocery area, cash and carry. Was a grocery train for a while. And I always remember stocking the Marie Callender pot pies. I did not realize until years later that Marie Callender also had a restaurant chain. Very well-known and accomplished businesswoman in the restaurant industry. Now I remember this name from my parents talking about this gentleman. My dad was a minister for many, many years. I recall them talking about the Hour of Power. I don't know if they watched it, but they knew of it. And Robert Schuller was the reason this place, the Crystal Cathedral, was built. And it had a very popular televangelist program inside the building called the Hour of Power. Passed on in 2015. Alright, I just discovered that Roger Williams is also laid to rest here. Some of the doors are open, this one is not open. Very famous pianist. So I'm doing a little reading about this. Roger performed at the Crystal Cathedral many times. And I went on to read that he was the first pianist to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Definitely an impressive building. A lot of windows. Really just an amazing piece of architecture. Very peaceful out here too. Oh my goodness, I think this might be some Clarion bells. I didn't realize this was a bell tower. I mean, I guess it does make sense. And at the base of it is the Mary Hood Chapel. That's what the room at the base of it is. I was thinking maybe that there'd be like a bell station in there, an organ or something, but I was incorrect. It's the chapel. Just look at how much glass is on the side of this. Also noticing, I don't remember this building being here a few years ago when I was here. It says they have a gift shop there. Check that out momentarily. The Miracle of the Loaves and the Fishes. Oh, look at this. It still says Crystal Cathedral. They have not updated the name. The feeding of the 5,000, I believe it was. The 5,000. Just from a few fish and a few loaves of bread. Oh, is this supposed to be the miracle of Jesus walking on water? I think it is. Never noticed this over here before. Now I asked if I could go in the sanctuary. They said, in the church? I said, yeah, I'd like to go in the church. They said, okay. They do a docent-led tour, or docent, I never know how to pronounce that word, a tour, 1 hour a day, later in the day. but evidently you can do a self-guided if you want. And I purchased this. A little magnet for my steel cabinets in my garage. I do not have a Crystal Cathedral one, so couldn't find anything that said Crystal Cathedral either. Just has the new name, Christ Cathedral. Got the Ten Commandments there, a very angry Moses. Speaking of Ten Commandments, what did I step on? I stepped on a stick. I guess it's like a piece of that was in the ground. Speaking of Ten Commandments, Charlton Heston, who played Moses in the Ten Commandments, made a lot of appearances here inside the cathedral back in the day. Alright, I've never been inside, so I'm going to go in. There's my reflection as well. There's Moses over there in that corner. Yeah, I used to live really close to here, really close to here. I'd ride my bike through here, but never have been inside. Going in. This is incredible. Even with the amount of mirrors outside or the windows outside, just the way they have the little blockers up here to stop the sun from going in, that is genius. Really amazing in here. Look at, there's the organ right there. More of the pipe organs up there. Really impressed, and I find it incredible on how they keep the sun out of there. It was not in direct sunlight like I thought it would be through those windows. Really incredible. Is that a leaf blower? It is. That was nice. Alright, I'm going to head off to some other spots now. Glad I went inside. I don't know why after all this time. I've never been inside there, but yeah, glad I went in. That was really neat. Alright, abrupt transition. I drove about 15 minutes, about 5 miles, but 15 minutes with traffic, southward to the closest Spirit Halloween that I could find. Now, I originally was going to be going home. I was going to be home this week for 5-6 days and then turn around and come back out here for the start of Halloween season in SoCal, and I had an outfit all picked out for an event that's coming up, but it's at my house in Celebration, Florida, so I need to purchase something else. Really, one of the main reasons of going home was to do a few things, take care of a couple things, get a few items that I needed, and return back out here, but couldn't really justify doing that just to go get one or two things, so I'm going to rebuy whatever I can find. I might not find the same outfit that I ordered. I had a pretty good outfit that I ordered for the Halloween events that are about to transpire in the upcoming 3-4 weeks, month or more. But I'll see what I can find in here. I haven't been in the Spirit so far this season too. So much scary fun. Oh goodness, there's a bear balancing right there on that. Also have Corpse Bride here. You got this guy. Let's see what he does. Bobby Strings. All right, so they did not have the one that I ordered to my home in celebration. So will not be going as who I planned to be going as. So pick something else out. However, when I get back to Florida, whenever the heck that is, possibly Halloween season will still be going, maybe in October, go to some Halloween events out there. Could possibly use that costume that I got as well. But I have another bag full of stuff. Hopefully it fits. I think it'll be pretty good. Last year I was Elvis and went over pretty well. This year should be on par with that, hopefully. We'll see what happens. I know the one I had, the outfit I had planned out that's still at home that I'm not going to be able to use would have been epic. This is going to be pretty good too. Maybe. We'll see. Wait and see. Take a look at this. They opened a new-ish, well, new to me, newer than the Randy's Donuts is by LAX. I think it's Randy's Donuts is by LAX. But they have one here in Costa Mesa, right on Harbor Boulevard, a long ways from Disneyland down Harbor. But it's still Harbor Boulevard. I guess it's the same harbor. 2930 Harbor Boulevard, Costa Mesa. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna go through the drive-thru. I'm not gonna get a donut. I'm gonna get a coffee. Oh yeah, Randy's. They opened one of these on Hollywood Boulevard once, but it didn't last very long.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for choosing Randy. Oh, good afternoon. I'm so sorry. I keep saying morning. Good afternoon. Thank you for choosing Randy's. What can I get for you today?
Can I get a large hot coffee with 2 creams, 2 sugars?
Large hot coffee with cream?
Yes, please.
You got it. One large hot coffee with cream. Anything else?
Yeah, a little sugar in that as well.
Okay, pulling up. I'll have that ready for you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I also purchased a magnet. This is a random one here. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the Costa Mesa one or the LAX one. Big donut. He also asked as I was pulling off, he goes, "Hey, you want an extra packet of sugar on the side?" I said, "Did you put sugar in the coffee?" He goes, "No, did you want sugar?" I said, "Yes, please." And also, this Harbor Boulevard, I just checked, goes all the way to Disneyland. So I'm gonna take it from here, Costa Mesa, all the way up Harbor, back towards my hotel on Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim. Love the mascot holding a piping hot caffeinated beverage and that big donut. I'm all alone and there's a snake wearing a vest and he's rolling a big donut. This is showing 34 miles if I continued on Harbor straight northward. All right, I'm gonna veer off Harbor now and go over to a park that crosses over this road. I like to refer to this road by its original name. I would just call it Star Wars. I'm gonna put this in the category not very good coffee. I don't know if it was fresh or what the issue was, but not my favorite coffee that I've had in the last recent days. In fact, I don't know if I've ever had Randy's Donuts coffee without donuts, so maybe I've never noticed the flavor of their coffee. Simply because usually I have a lot of sugar in the donuts. But just, I don't know, it doesn't... I don't know if I'd get another cup of coffee from Randy's if there was another coffee place close. You never know with coffee though. You can get 1 cup of coffee and it's good, and then the next batch isn't good. It's a slippery slope when getting coffee. It's a slippery slope. Geese. Gooses and ducks. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm not gonna get any closer than this because I've had some run-ins with geese before. This is Fountain Valley. This one's getting up. They're getting up. I'm gonna walk away. Fountain Valley mellow out here at the moment. Who's this? This is Miguel Hidalgo, 1753 to 1811. He launched the colonial independence struggle against Spain in 1810. He served as a parish priest. It's Miguel Hidalgo right there. There he is, Ronnie. Well. Never really could do a very good Reagan. I can't do many impressions. Well. I mean, I think anyone that does a Reagan impression always starts off with that. Always starts off with the, well. But I say start off with, because you have to go into something else. Like when I do Arnold, I go, that's right. I always start off with the, that's right, come on. That's right, come on, do it. Come on, stick a knife in me. I always have to start off with the, that's right, or come on. With Ronnie, you have to go, well, but I don't have anything to follow up with that. The only impression I could do of Reagan is that. Well. Also, fun fact, Ronnie here, well, not the sculpture of him, the man himself, was in the opening ceremony, the opening TV special of Disneyland. Old Ronnie Reagan. Done a lot of Reagan stuff in SoCal over the years. Been to the Presidential Library. It's pretty amazing. Got Air Force One that's there. Well, Ronald Reagan, the 40th President of the United States. Well. Yeah, I'm going to give up on doing that one. Definitely getting some sun out here, Ronnie. You have no shade around you. Well, I need an umbrella. Man, yeah, not a good impression. Oh, dang, are the Astros around? But those trash cans are hot out here in the sun. Okay, I'm just gonna go by really slow, Goose. Just keep pecking at the ground. Keep pecking at the ground. Pay no attention to me. Pay no attention, Goose. Pay no attention. That was a close one. Ah, how great is that old vintage sign there? Cozy Corner Drive-In. This area of town is known as Garden Grove. This kind of runs adjacent to Anaheim. When I think of Garden Grove, I think of Sublime. They had a song about Garden Grove. Old school Sublime. Bradley era of Sublime. I actually had to throw the song on. I threw it on my phone, listening to it. But I just noticed this Mickey D's is the old Mickey D's Golden Arches sign, but then Mickey D's has been renovated. But look up here. Look up, peeking over the roof line here at the Garden Grove McDonald's is the Hamburglar. He wants to burglar. What am I saying? He wants to thieve some burgers. He's the Hamburglar. That's hard to say. He wants to burglar some burgers. Why is he up there? In Garden Grove. All right, I need to get some supplies again because I didn't go home and sticking around here for a little while. Gotta pop into this Target. I used to always shop at this Target when I used to live here in Anaheim. I lived a few blocks away, corner of Hayster and Orangewood. Probably half a mile away. I'd always shop here at this Target, all the time. Now I like this Mickey shirt right here, the skeleton Mickey, but I don't see any on the shelves. I only see them on the mannequins. I would definitely buy that for the upcoming Halloween season. All right, got a few things. Nothing super vital, but just things to make life a little easier while I'm around. Speaking of making things easier, it's a little difficult in there. Some of the things, just the basic things you need to purchase are behind glass now. So you gotta wave your hand under a little alert thing to get a worker to come over to let you in, and that applies for everything. So it takes a little longer than normal. I'm sure it probably has something to do with a theft issue or something, but Just basic little products, all behind glass in there. More than I remember it in the past. I don't ever recall that. Or maybe it was, I just didn't notice. And right next door is the Viva Bargain Center. See what I can find in here. Get some bargains. 99 cents. Holy cow, I didn't even know Shasta was still a thing. They have Shasta Tiki Punch in here for $1.49. I didn't even know Shasta was still made. That was something I remember from when I was younger. Caffeine-free Tiki Punch. Look at a little tiki right there. Man, you gotta love this. Look at this. You have the Cowboy and Indian play set right here. All right, didn't he find anything in there? I was looking for just a couple basic t-shirts, white t-shirts with no print on them. Check the value. I used to always buy stuff in here. I used to get my Dickies in here, my Dickie shorts. When I went through that Dickie short phase, which I don't really wear Dickie shorts anymore. I wear the a little bit shorter than the Dickie version, but they got a lot of good Dickies in here. They also have great gifts for Disney lovers. This is pretty close to the parks, right here on Harbor. All right, success. Got some t-shirts. They have a good selection of baseball hats in there too. Really good selection of a lot of teams. They didn't have any Rays caps in there though. They had a lot of teams, but no Rays caps. Sad trouble. And while I'm over in the neighborhood, might as well take a stroll down memory lane. Pull in here where I used to live, corner of Orangewood and Hayster. There's someone backing up towards me. I don't think they noticed me, so I went around. This is the way I pull in. A lot of times I'd walk to the park, so walk to Disneyland. But if I didn't walk, or if I had to, drive to the store or something, or drive to LA and then back, this is where I'd turn in. Off of the Orangewood. Got this little mirror up here. You can just be safe when you're turning the corner. I had 2 parking spots. The second leg of me living here, I parked down there in that little lift area. First time, my parking spot was right here. Ooh, they've added security gates. Those were not there before. You cannot get into the complex now unless you live here. Interesting. Was not like that when I was living here for the 3 years I lived here. 2 or 3 years I lived here. That was my garage right there. I had a shared garage with someone else who lived in the complex. This was for the first 2 years of the 3 years I lived here. Then the situation changed. It's like they've added cameras since I lived here too. There's cameras right there. Well, that's nice. It's gotten a little bit better. Yeah, I parked right in here. I had the garage door open, or I parked right there. Now I'm curious to see. I throw my trash away in here. Curious to see, did they add? Holy cow, they sure did. Look at that. They added security gates. That's good. That's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna walk down and get a slice of pizza. Pretty good pizza place down here, the corner of Catella and Harbor. This is kind of just a really random day, honestly. There's no real game plan. Had to run a few errands, get a couple things. Want to check out the Crystal Cathedral. And now I'm just in Anaheim. Walking down to get a slice of pie. They didn't have that Mickey shirt in my size, the one with the skull and cross, the skull Mickey, or the skeleton Mickey. They were out of it. I liked it though. One thing I've noticed about these hotels on Harbor, for example, the Castle Inn and Suites, the Anaheim Hotel, Tropicana, etc., the ones that are right across from the harbor entrance at Disney, they go really far back. When you look at them from the road, you think, oh, it's probably just like, 20, 30 yards in, a few rooms. They go way back. Someone's honking. Castle Gate. Castle Gate. This used to be a gift shop. Was a gift shop. Market and souvenirs. They're open daily. Don't believe the hype because they're not. I don't think they've reopened since 2020. The Castle Inn and Suites is open, but the Castle Gate is not open. Used to be a hotel right here too. Got bulldozed. There's a lot of property around here that's sitting kind of empty. just kind of tucked between into the shadows, in the nooks and crannies. This is one of them. There's another one directly across from the Disneyland entrance that I believe Disneyland owns, and they're gonna build a parking structure on. Don't quote me on that, but I think I heard something like that. But yeah, look how deep this goes in. Like, look at that back there. It goes way in. So any of the ones you see along harbor like this go all the way back to where Garden Walk starts. I'm having trouble talking. This used to be the Village Inn International. Still see the signage. This is the Anaheim Resort Center. Restaurants, liquor and shops, sunglasses, and there's a photo shop. Ooh, think a photo shop still in here? I don't think the photo shop exists anymore. But here's the pizza place I like, California Kitchen right over here. They got by the slice pizza slices. Get yourself a slice. California Pizza Place. That's the name of it. Because it's a pizza place in California. Kind of nice theming in there too, as well. I got myself a little, it's like a fruit punch or something. I don't know what exactly it was, like a high C. And then I got my 2 slices right here. I went with like a meat and cheese, and then I went with like a veggie and cheese. I think that's what I got. The gate's open. Head back to the hotel, call it a day. Passing the old former Village Inn International. If you look at old photos of Harbor Boulevard, it looked like Vegas. If you ever want to go down that rabbit hole. This was very Vegas-y, and I would imagine this Castle Inn and Suites is probably left over from the Vegas-esque era of Hollywood Boulevard. It's not too Vegas-y anymore. And I think that's going to do it for today. It was a really random day around Anaheim, Garden Grove, Westminster, Costa Mesa. Gotta try on my Halloween outfit. So isn't it amazing that Halloween events start in SoCal at the end of August? Right? It used to start off my Halloween season, it was always with HHN Hollywood, which is always early September. But now it pretty much starts with Midsummer Scream, which is the end of July, which I came out here for, and I've been out here since then. Haven't gone home. Halloween's pretty much ready to rock out here soon enough. So I gotta try on the one I got from Spirit Halloween. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna eat this pizza too. The vlog is over. Bonus footage, look at this tree. This is an unusual tree, right? You see people have etched their name in it? It almost looks like a fake tree, but it's not fake. It is a real tree, but look at the coloration and the hue of this tree. It almost looks like a built tree, but it's not. It's a real tree, roots and all. At least I think it is.